What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois, and this was a 12-rounder for the unified WBO, WBA, and IBF Heavyweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, August 26th from the Stadion Wrocław in Wrocław, Poland. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN Plus. And in this fight, Oleksandr Usyk was having a somewhat lackluster performance, and then was able to stop Daniel Dubois in the ninth round, dropping him once before that, dropping him in the ninth to get the job done. Leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 77-74 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. It was a pretty competitive fight while it lasted, and I think this fight was probably scored around 77-74 or 78-73 in Usyk's favor, like 6 rounds to 2 or 5 rounds to 3. But just to break this fight down round by round, round 1 was pretty close to a sort of a feel-out round, but Dubois got hit with a nice jab from Oleksandr Usyk, which really just swayed the round in Oleksandr Usyk's favor. Then round number 2, I also gave to Oleksandr Usyk. He had some big left hands, was just doing a bit more than Dubois in that second round. Then the third round, this round was pretty close. I just thought that Usyk was landing the cleaner shots. I think it could have went either way, honestly. I'm going to be 100% honest. But after three rounds, I had a 30-27 for Oleksandr Usyk. But round 3 was pretty competitive. Then in round number 4, I gave it to Daniel Dubois. He had a really, really good round in the fourth, was landing some great combinations to the head and to the body, and was just doing more than Oleksandr Usyk. Then in round number 5, Usyk was hit with a huge body shot on the belt line, and Usyk was hit. He looked hurt. He went down immediately and called it a low blow. The problem with Oleksandr Usyk is whenever he gets hit to the body, he doesn't like it. I could tell the body shots he doesn't take well, and he was complaining every single time he'd get hit to the body that it was a low blow, which I'm not a fan of. And the referee saw Usyk complain when he got hit and went down, and Usyk was down for nearly like 4.5 minutes, and then he decided to continue. And after a replay, it was shown that it was on the belt line and it was a clean body shot. And Usyk really should have been knocked out in that fifth round. It should have been a KO win in the fifth for Daniel Dubois. And the only other time that Usyk's been hurt in his career in the amateurs or in the pros has been to the body. He got hurt here by Daniel Dubois to the body. He got hurt against Anthony Joshua to the body in their rematch, and he got hurt in the amateurs by Artur Beterbiev to the body and got dropped. I believe it was an official knockdown in their amateur bout. But yeah, that fifth round I gave to Daniel Dubois because of that shot that put him down. And obviously it should have been a KO win for Dubois, but obviously the referee ruled it as a low blow. Then in the sixth round, this round I think this round I gave to Daniel Dubois as well. It was a very good round for Dubois. He had some decent body shots, really started going to the body a lot since he realized that he hurt Usyk to the body in that fifth round. Then round number 7 I gave to Oleksandr Usyk. Dubois was doing really, really good in the first 2 minutes of the round. He was making it slow. Usyk wasn't really doing much back. Dubois was landing some good body shots. But then in the last 50 seconds, Usyk took total control and dominated Dubois, landing big left hands, and won the round with the last minute, just doing a little bit more. Then in round number 8, Dubois was also having a pretty good round with some good body shots, and then there was a combination from Oleksandr Usyk yet again later in the round. It was a right hand to the temple, I believe, or a left hand to the temple of Dubois, followed by some more pity-patter combinations, and Dubois took a knee, and it was a knockdown. Then in round number 9, Daniel Dubois got hit with a right hand, sort of on the top of the head-ish, somewhere around there. And then he went down to his knees again. It was at the count of 9 when he started to get up. The referee waved it off at 10. But the problem with Daniel Dubois, it doesn't look like he gets hit with the hardest shots. Obviously, I'm not the one in there taking punches from the heavyweight champion like Dubois is, but it doesn't seem like... it seems like that Dubois goes down fairly easily. We saw him just take a knee against Joe Joyce. We saw him take 2 knees or 3 knees against Kevin Lorena. And we see him now taking 2 knees against Usyk. He hasn't really ever been fully dropped, where he gets hit with a good shot and knocked down. It's always him deciding whether he wants to go down or not. But yeah, this fight ended in the 9th round. KO win for Oleksandr Usyk, and this goes into the question, what is next for him? Now 21-0, 14 knockouts. He looked hurt to the body in this one. I think Tyson Fury, if he's ever going to fight Usyk, he should be definitely taking some pointers in this one, and Tyson Fury's a pretty good body puncher, I'd say. But in terms of what's next for Usyk, I could definitely see him facing Filip Hrgović, who is really demandatory by the IBF. I could see him facing him next. I could definitely see him facing Tyson Fury, but obviously there was whole negotiations of that fight between Fury and Usyk, and Fury, it seemed like the one that really didn't want to fight Usyk, as opposed to Usyk not wanting to fight Fury. And being that this fight happened as opposed to a fight with Usyk and Fury for the undisputed titles, I think that we most likely probably will see Oleksandr Usyk taking on another mandatory challenger, most likely Filip Hrgović, in his next fight. But definitely Tyson Fury is still an option. But as for Daniel Dubois, losing here for the second time in his career, I mean, he fought very well in this fight, made it pretty competitive. He was able to hurt Usyk. I think he really should have got that knockout in round 5. But, the referee thought he saw a low blow. But, yeah, I mean, Dubois did fairly well in this one, got stopped in the end. But for Dubois, I mean, I think he's not the WBA regular champion anymore. Going into this fight, he was the WBA regular champ. That's why he was the mandatory. So I think that title doesn't belong to him no more. But in his next fight, I think that I don't think he's going to take on any world beater. I think he's going to take on some lower level fighter, get some easy win, and just bounce back and just try and build himself up back into possible title contention, or just to face some top 10 names. So overall, Oleksandr Usyk survives a body shot in the 5th round where he should have got stopped. Referee called it a low blow. He survived that in the 5th. Ultimately dropped Dubois in the 8th and finished him off in the 9th and got the 9th round KO victory to remain the unified world champ. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.